Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I'm going to be talking about the foundation that I'm currently wearing, which is the Ordinary Colours Coverage Foundation, and this is their high coverage foundation formula. Now if you haven't seen my serum foundation review, I'll leave it linked on the screen now, but I used exactly the same foundation colour, 1.2N, in that review, and I found it to be quite yellow, but I'm actually really impressed with how this one turned out. I think it's taken about 8 to 9 weeks to arrive, so if you're looking for it urgently for summer, I wouldn't get your hopes up because the delivery has been a bit shambolic. I'm not bashing The Ordinary or Deciem whatsoever because I know the brand has just gone absolutely crazy on social media and I know they are super popular. Unfortunately, when I bought these it said it was only a 10-day waiting list, and yeah, it's been 8 weeks. I should note, because I bought this a while ago and currently I have got a bit of fake tan on, I bought this in 1.1 neutral, which is fair neutral, and I think that would be my colour in winter. I bought it in 1.2, which is light neutral, which is the shade I've got on today, and I bought it in 2.0 neutral, which is light medium, and I think this will be when I'm really tanned after my summer holiday. If you want to know whether I think this is worth the wait, and if you want to know my first impressions of the Ordinary Coverage Foundation, then just keep watching. So as I just mentioned, there were 3 shades that I bought. I got the shade 1.1 Fair Neutral, and if it's anything like my serum foundation, and if you haven't watched that video I'll leave it linked above now, these come out very yellow. This is 1.2 neutral, but it's not neutral at all. I have like naturally quite yellowy undertones to my skin, but these are super yellow. For me it works out quite well because I do have the yellow undertones. If you are pinky, then these neutrals will not be suitable for you. Bearing in mind I ordered these like 8 weeks before I got the serum foundation, so I ordered these about 8 or 9 weeks ago now, but I got 1.1N Fair Neutral. I got, this one doesn't have a label on it, but I'm hoping it's 1.2 neutral, and then I also got 2 neutral light medium. Let me just check if this one is, because this is the one I think I'm going to use today, so I really hope it's 1.2. Okay, so it is 1.2 light neutral. So when I shake it, this is the serum foundation, you can hear it's super liquidy, and the coverage one isn't quite as liquidy. Okay, so I think even though I have got a bit of tan on, 1.1 Fair Neutral is going to be way too light for me, and I think 2 will probably be a little bit too dark. And when I'm tan I think this will work really well, but for now I just don't think it'll be a good option. Right off the bat, looking at them side by side, this one looks slightly darker. This is the serum foundation and this is the coverage foundation. I mean, I don't really know if the bottle does it justice really, because I don't know if the packaging is coloured itself or if it's the liquid that makes it look that kind of yellowy colour. I'm not overly sure, but just the serum foundation looks a little bit darker to me. Let's give this a go. So I'm going to apply exactly how I applied my serum foundation just so I can be fair. So I just dampened a beauty blender. I'm going to shake this up really well, and then I'm going to put a few pumps straight onto the beauty blender. Yeah, okay, so it instantly is a lot thicker. This serum foundation, literally when you squirt it, you've probably seen, it goes everywhere. It's so runny, and this kind of just sits on my beauty blender. So that's good. Right, and I'm just going to apply it. Basically, I really struggle with blemishes just here. I've got really dry skin. So this is where I'm really keen to see if it covers those up. This serum foundation is incredibly pigmented. If you've watched my last video, then you'll know that. So I'm wondering if this is really pigmented and has like thicker coverage, or if it's just as pigmented. I'm intrigued. Ooh. Okay, yeah, that is quite thick. This kind of feels like a True Match, L'Oreal True Match sort of thickness. Okay. I always use a beauty blender for blending in foundation, that's why I thought I'd be fair with it and use a beauty blender to blend this in. Okay, wow, that coverage is gorgeous. That glow as well, I don't know if you can see, yeah you can. How glowy it's leaving my skin, that's gorgeous. Okay, this is my problem area, so let's have a look here if it blends it out. That is literally gone. Okay, let's make sure it's perfectly blended before we make our judgment. But that has done a super good job of covering up that dry patch I have. that coverage is unbelievable, and it actually feels pretty weightless on my skin, which is so nice, because I'm not gonna lie, I do love a medium to full coverage, but I just feel for summer I don't want something that feels really heavy on my skin. And I feel obviously this feels a little bit heavier than the Serum Foundation. That's obvious, because the Serum Foundation is literally, wait, let me show you, it's literally liquid. It's literally just liquidy. It's so liquidy. Whereas this definitely, as I said, has the consistency of like a L'Oreal True Match foundation. I'm really impressed because that dry patch I have down here, it's not emphasising it at all, and it's left my skin so glowy. I'm not sure if you have oily skin how good these would be, obviously because my skin is normal to dry. Because obviously it does leave quite a lot of glow on the skin, but this is just beautiful. That colour is nowhere near as yellow, I don't think, as the Serum Foundation, but then that could be because I have tan on. So then I'm just going to go ahead and apply makeup I know works really well with my skin, because I really want to give this foundation a real test. So I'm just going to pop my Collection Lasting Perfection Concealer under my eyes. That's blending beautifully into the foundation. That's great. That's so easy. That looks so nice. Very impressed. Because sometimes foundations and concealers don't work well together. I should mention today in the UK, hopefully this video will go up this evening. Actually, it probably won't go up this evening, it'll probably go up tomorrow. Yeah, it'll go up tomorrow. But today in the UK it's currently 27 degrees. So we don't get weather like this very often, and I'm really intrigued to see if this foundation can really stand the tests of the British weather, because that'll be most impressive. Hopefully that'll be useful for you guys in other climates to know. Then I'm just going to bake my under eyes using the RCMA No Colour Powder as always. Oh, that was a lot. Oh well. I should also note that this coverage foundation definitely isn't as sticky as the Serum Foundation was. I mean, it's still got a little bit of tack to it, so if you do like to set your foundations in place because you have oilier skin, or you have normal skin but foundations still tend to move, then I probably would set this, but I don't think it's as essential as setting the Serum Foundation. So I'm just going to wipe that bake away now. Then I'm just going to apply some of my Hoola bronzer. I have to say, for a coverage foundation this doesn't look cakey at all, and I still think it's leaving my skin looking pretty natural, which is so nice. But yeah, if you want this foundation soon, I'd order it right now, because it has taken me 8 or 9 weeks to come through, which is a little bit crazy, but it's because this brand has just like been massively hyped on social media, and quite rightly, because all the stuff I've tried has been amazing. Then I'm going to take my Kiko eyeshadow in 208. Oh, that's fallen out, but it's fine, we can work with it. Just pop that on the tops of my cheeks and under my brow bone. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to do my mascara and my eyebrows, and I'll be right back. Right, so there we go, that is all my makeup applied. I have to say, this foundation does look absolutely gorgeous. I mean, it's so glowy. Ignore the highlight, because obviously the highlight is a separate thing, but if you look at the foundation all here and on my forehead, it's so glowy, it looks so beautiful. And yeah, it's not that tacky at all, and it is a hot day here. Very impressed with the coverage as well. This coverage is incredible. Probably about the same coverage, if not a bit fuller coverage, than the L'Oreal True Match foundation, but does not feel heavy at all. But this is literally weightless. It's incredible. And also, I suffer quite badly with wrinkles in my forehead, and normally makeup goes straight and sinks in there, but with both this coverage foundation and the Serum Foundation, it's hardly done that at all, and I think it just looks beautiful. I'll come in a little closer so you guys can have a closer inspection. So as I mentioned, today is a ridiculously hot day in the UK. It should be around 27 degrees at 12, so it's now 11:30, so I'm going to go out, I'm going to sunbathe for a little while, watch some TV outside. This does have SPF 15 in it, so that's really great. Now obviously I haven't applied sunscreen under it, and I'm not going to apply sunscreen over it, so that's really good. It has SPF in it. But yeah, I'm going to put it through its test to see, with obviously sweating when I'm sunbathing, and also just general walking around outside during the day. I think I'm going to go out this evening. I might even go to the gym, so I'll do a few drop-ins throughout the day just to see how this turns out and see if it's any good. I will see you in my next check-in. So it's currently 1 o'clock and my foundation still looks amazing. I've been out in the sun and it's roughly 27 degrees for the last hour and a half. And this foundation hasn't caked at all, it hasn't run off when I've been really hot. So if you're looking for a foundation that's really good for a summer holiday, then I highly recommend this. So it is now 3 o'clock, and as you can see, I've still been in the sun. I've picked up a little bit of colour. And yeah, the foundation is still looking really good. I mean, as I said earlier, I'm really putting it to its tests. Under my eyes has got a little bit like wrinkly, and it hasn't caked, it's just kind of sunk into my lines. But I also think that's because I powdered, and when I powder, because I'm really dry, because I've been in the heat as well, I think it's just dried up a little more, so I'm not going to blame the foundation on that. But it has slightly sunk into just this smile line. I mean, it's really not a big deal, and if that's the only thing I have to nitpick like 3.5 hours later, then I'm fine with that. But yeah, that's just an update. It is now 5 o'clock, so my makeup has been on for 5.5 hours and it's still looking really good. Again, still just that little bit of creasing under my eyes, but other than that it's fine. Still no touch-ups, and I've been outside literally all day in the boiling heat, so I'm very impressed with this foundation so far. Hi guys, so I'm back for my last check-in. The time now is 7:10, and I have to say I am still really impressed with this foundation. I'm not gonna lie, at the bottom towards my jawline, a lot of the foundation has come off, but that's kind of standard for me. I don't know if I touch my face quite a lot there, but makeup always seems to fade there. So you can probably see like here and here my redness is peeping back through again. But otherwise, the foundation hasn't sunk into my wrinkles on my forehead, which is amazing because foundation always sinks there straight away. On my nose, it's hardly come off at all, and that's another place I have real big issues with foundation leaving from, so that's really good. It sank into my smile line earlier, but I literally just pressed it with my finger and it hasn't wrinkled any worse than it already was. So I have to say, considering today was about 27 degrees and the coldest it's probably been all day is 20 degrees, this foundation is a massive thumbs up from me. I'm so impressed, especially because this foundation is only £5.90. It's incredible. As I mentioned though, the timing and the dispatching took 8 weeks, so that is something you have to consider. But if you're going on holiday in a hot country, or you're from a hot country, like your climate's pretty hot, then this foundation I feel would work really well for you. Maybe if you set your face with powder all over it would last a little bit longer, and maybe if you're not in direct sun for most of the day like I was, it would last longer, but I am so impressed. And there we go guys, that is my first impressions and review of the Ordinary Coverage Foundation. If you did like this video, be sure to give it a massive thumbs up, and if you're looking for a lighter coverage foundation, then go check out my serum foundation review. I love you guys lots, and I'll be seeing you very soon. Bye!